right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Thanks for checking in. Today, we have my friend Xavier. Xavier, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, dude, I hear you've been busy. Are you still working with, are you still doing things for FTG?
Oh yeah, definitely still doing stuff for FTG. Still supporting local community. There's a lot of stuff going on this year with Potions and Pixels, Set Play, and Koyobi. And there's a couple of new players in the game as far as interesting people in the Charlotte scene doing stuff. There's the Athena Alliance, which is like a female collective.
I saw something about that.
For gaming, and also reporting from 20XX. It's a local dude, John, who pretty much goes around Charlotte promoting local music events and talking about the local bands and stuff like that.
Whoa.
So that's if you're interested in the local music scene here in Charlotte, that's definitely something to check out.
Yeah, what's your link? Guys, it's Full-Time Geeks. Where's the best place for them to go find out?
Right now, most of our information you're going to find through, most of our updated information is going to be through our Full-Time Geeks Facebook page. But you can go to our website, fulltimegeeks.org or .com, and you can look at our directory, which will point you towards pretty much the more prominent events and locations here in Charlotte and North Carolina for geekdom.
Guys, I'm going to put the links for those in the description, so if you're interested, go check them out. Man, so Xavier, I gotta tell you guys that Xavier and I go back a while. He actually helped me learn a bit about DJing, and kind of like when I would hit stumps, like before I was working real hard, back when I was a little less, when I was more lazy, Xavier would be like, yo, Caleb, we gotta do music, yo, bro, and like he'd like help teach me. He's actually pretty good with the tractors, what you use, right?
Yeah, lately I've actually been experimenting with Serato, but I kind of need to get back on it. It's been a while since I've DJ'd, but I actually DJ'd 2 weekends ago down in Tampa for a friend of mine's birthday. So that was
You could
fun.
pick it up in a second. I'm sure you like could just like boom, boom, because once you get the hang of it. I mean, you did it a bunch when I worked at GameStop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those. Those were fun. Man, I mean, Xavier also you're the reason I enjoy the MPK Mini, actually, because of the one you lent me forever ago. That's what got me and kind of this YouTube channel started, where those MPK Mini tutorials were the first big videos.
Well, I'm glad that definitely helped you out. Like, you're doing amazing.
What DAW have you been using lately?
I use Ableton 10 Live. Well, Ableton Live 10. I really like it. My little
Do you have
brother,
any hardware that you like to use with it?
Right now I'm using Focusrite interface. I'm using the 18i8 or 18i8. I'm always get confused with the naming conventions. And then I'm using this. I got a Push 2 for the that is completely integrated with Ableton. And I have a couple of MIDI keyboards. As far as my DJ gear, I have a Vestex VCI 380 and a Vestex VCI 400. Some of the components are starting to fail, so I need to start like looking at possible replacements and retiring these.
I got a buddy who uses Ableton, and he uses also the Novation Launchpad, I think it is. He said he uses the Seaboard Rise or something else with them. He loves those, but wasn't like the Novation Launchpad made to work with Ableton?
Well, it's made to work with any DAW pretty much. I have like the first generation Launchpad, and I used to use it to DJ before I got like any kind of like digital
MIDI turntable.
Yeah, that's what I pretty much use.
Dude, that's crazy. So let me ask, like, what artist did you listen to a lot in 2019, and what artists are you excited for in 2020?
Let's see. I haven't really been listening to a lot of new artists, but
Mm-hmm.
like the one artist that I've just been like hardcore listening to in the past year or two would be Moderat. They're a German collective group,
Whoa.
electronic music. It's a combination between opera and mode selector. They're both based in Berlin, Germany, and
Whoa.
it's just some really good stuff. Like I
Whoa.
can really vibe out to it. It's good to like just have in the background or to drive to or just to like contemplate life and shit. Like
Hell yeah.
I definitely
Dude.
recommend it to everyone. At least like give it a try. Like it's some really good stuff.
Yeah, guys. You heard him. Give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? It's only drugs. No, I'm just kidding. It's a band.
Oh, another artist that's up and coming that I've been digging
Yeah?
is K Tronada. K Tronada, like I've been really digging that style of like dance music,
Oh,
and he just
nice.
has some like he's a good one to watch out for. I think he just released an album recently. Let me see if I can find that information, and
Yeah,
we'll
dude.
circle back to it.
Hell yeah. Me, like, okay, so, like, I didn't even, like, expect this till recently when Mr. Skinnin sent me a link to Porter Robinson premiering his new song off of the project he's been working on. And now I'm like, I watched it the other day. I mean, you already know I'm huge into Porter Robinson, but
Yeah.
holy crap, the new song is I don't even remember the name. It's like Breakthrough, and it's so good. And man, I can't wait to hear the rest of what he makes this year. I want to see him live again so much, bro.
I haven't seen him live. I definitely wouldn't
I
mind
cry
seeing him
every time I
live.
see him live. It's always a very emotional experience.
I get it. You know,
And
music is like a religion. You know,
mhm.
you people have
Well,
spiritual moments.
he's like my hero too, because he's been like ever since like I started getting really into music, like back when I was doing all the light gloving and stuff.
Yeah,
Porter Robinson released his EP. It wasn't even an album, and it was huge because Knife Party Remix was on it,
yeah.
and then like all this stuff. And it's funny because he doesn't even like dance music much. That was his first thing, and then he was like, "I'm so tired of making dance music. I just want to make music that's important to me and other people." And he made like a world electronic album, kind of experimental, and it was like taken like like critics loved it, and it's so good. And ever since then, he's been expressing himself more honestly with that type of music. And he's from Chapel Hill,
Yep.
and
That's
now he's
cool.
like a world award winning nominated like producer. It's crazy.
You know what, dude? Like North Carolina is on the up and up with musicians. Like we
It
have a
is.
lot of amazing local musicians, and they're just doing their shit. Like
I think it's
especially
awesome.
especially in Charlotte. Like we
I
have like Elevator J, Loot, and
Whoa.
what's the other guys? Ferrero, Daniel Ferrero, Danny.
Daniel Ferrero. I don't know. I love that. I just love the fact that, like, with the current day we live in, with the technology available to all of us, like, you can now more than ever put in hard work and be rewarded for that hard work.
Yes, but I don't think you should like do it with that expectation. I
Oh, of
think
course, of course. You should do
because
something because you
you
love
will
it.
always come through some adversity and struggles in between, and you can't let that stop you from doing the
Yes.
stuff you like
Oh
because
yeah, we wouldn't be
then you'll
doing things still if we didn't learn that lesson.
oh yeah, like it would have we would have stopped a long time ago if that was the case. But that's
Oh yeah.
like the most important thing is, you know, pay your bills, get the basics done, like
Yeah.
keep yourself healthy,
Yeah.
and then work on your hobbies until you're able to replace your day job or whatever. But like
Yeah.
don't make it so stressful to your being or else you're not really going to be able to like survive, really.
That's what I tell a lot of people. The thing is, like, when you like, people will support you, but not a lot of people give a damn about your dream and how hard you're working. So if you do things for others or recognition, you're bound to be disappointed, and in that turn, not rewarded in that sense and discouraged. But if you do something because you love it, it doesn't matter who the hell is following your dream or not. Like, you know, if you're doing something for yourself because I love music or I love making videos or I like, it's not even work anymore. Now it's the point where you can have a job and you can do all this stuff because you love it. And then eventually that recognition will come after, just because if you keep going at something, you're bound to make some momentum.
Right.
But the key is being able to do it without it grinding down on your mental and emotional health.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough one. Like, again, you've been doing really amazing stuff, man. Like, I've seen your progressions from beginning to now.
You have. You were there before I even ever, like, I think you were there before I even made a SoundCloud. It's been crazy, but I mean, it's been thanks to like people like you who've like shown me that support. Like, I haven't always been making gains like this. I mean, I remember just like yesterday when I was down on my luck, and then we had that car accident because we were so tired, and we like and then poor you, like, you're in the middle of handling life transitions, and now we're walking to your house like 2 miles, and like, but that was like a big bonding moment, and we talked a lot about how, you know, even in times where it's real hard, I'd just broken up with my girlfriend, and you too, and I'm like drinking my ass off all day. You like came up to pick me up, get me out to go see the music scene, to get excited about something. Like, all that meant a lot to me. And then like our talk after, like all those kind of things, you really do got to push through the lows to get to the highs sometimes, and it's worth it.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And having the right people around you, it helps a lot too. Like you and I, or, you know, our buddies, we having a good support structure, whether they're close friends or not, just having good company, I think, can help make you stronger.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't remember what the quote was, but I heard it from someone. Mm-hmm. And it's something like, you are like, a percentage of you are the people you surround yourself with. So, like, if you want to progress and whatnot, surround yourself with people that are personally succeeding in life. They don't have to be like millionaires or anything, but they're content and they're happy with what they're doing and where they are in life. And having those types of people around you kind of like gives you a perspective of like, you know, there's different ways to approach things, and, you know, happiness is within reach as far as doing things that you love, even if it's not professionally. Like, I DJ mostly at home, really. Like, I sometimes, all these other stuff that I do in public has mostly been like forced. I have complete stage fright and have a lot of social anxiety.
Really?
So like, a lot of stuff that I've learned is just me at home, just like jamming out, listening to music, and like creating a groove for myself. And the stuff that I've done publicly have been friends pushing me out there, being like, all right, just get out there, just do something.
Come do it, go do it.
Exactly.
Man, I don't know. You're always so social, though. Like, it's funny because I would have never taken you for someone with social anxiety when I first met you, or even today. But that's really impressive. Then even more so that
you gotta push yourself outside your comfort zone. That's the only way to evolve. And like, I used to be way worse, and now I've done better. A lot of, honestly, the times you've seen me, I've probably been inebriated in some way, and that's what made it me social, and that helped.
It's okay. I'm on that boat, buddy.
But no, it's all about balance and figuring yourself out, and just trying to, I don't know, you just have to keep on pushing through always, and believe in yourself.
Channel, we're all about like pushing stuff. See, the thing is, I've actually, and it's crazy, and I think I must have developed this during, like, without even realize it, during when I did all that parkour, is like I've never. I had only like social anxiety in high school, but it didn't matter because I went to a private school and everyone was really nice. But there was one time when I hopped up on front because I was running for president and I just couldn't say anything. But I never had a moment like that again after I got out of high school and then doing parkour and just being like everyone always is going to be seeing you do that crazy stuff. I think I've grown accustomed to like loving the attention but not demanding it. And I think because I think people who demand attention are obnoxious, but people who work hard and people recognize that kind of stuff, I think that's honorable. Like if you've worked so hard to master something, I think that shows a lot of commitment with character. And if you're still humble in face of that, even more so that you're like, I think that's great for someone. But I don't know. As far as social anxiety, and like inebriation. I mean, like inebriation ain't even a bad thing to get yourself some social lubricant. It's all just about self-control. You know, too much of chocolate's bad. Yeah, it's balance. You got to make sure yourself If the healthier you are, the more work you'll get done. The happier you'll be. The happier you'll be, the more work you'll get done. I mean, it's kind of like a self-pushing train, just like how depression is. Like when you get in a rut, it's really hard to get out of because everything's against you.
Right. Most
definitely.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've definitely been on both ends, and like, there's been times when I've like pushed people away, but I think maybe sometimes people need to experience that. I don't know, stubborn people. Not everyone does, but you know, I'm stubborn. So like, I definitely did that at one point. I'm just very lucky, you know, that I made it out on the other end and with lessons to learn, because not a lot of people learn when they're in those ruts. They just want to get out, or they just gave up. And that can be the most dangerous thing, is not even learning from all that time. That's just wasted time at that point. And no one wants that.
Yeah, exactly. As I say, time is money. Like, not to make it sound like money is that important. It is to maintain a foundation. Like, you don't need to have extravagant amounts of money to be happy.
Yeah.
But you need to maintain that foundation.
And it helps you accomplish your dreams.
And yeah, it's in a way you have to, like, what you put in,
resource.
In the end becomes value. Like, you end up becoming better at something, and then you can't forget that something that you learn has some actual practical value.
Well, that's the thing I like to tell anyone, like, when they're like, why do you offer some things for money or not? And I'm like, well, look at it this way. You don't need money for money's sake, but it's a resource and a tool that you can use to leverage situations. Just think of it as money is the most diverse tool in the world. It can buy you lessons. It can buy you gear. It can keep you fed. The way you use that tool can give you an advantage.
Yeah,
and I think that's pretty much what it is. It's not like I want to be rich for being rich. But, you know, if I have enough money to pay some DJ who DJs every week to teach me how to DJ, I don't have to learn myself very slow. I have a mentor. Or, you know, say that there's an opportunity for you to go travel to Atlanta and do a show. If you don't have money, you can't do that. So money is just a very diverse tool.
Right, exactly.
And I think that's how a lot of artists, or just kind of anyone in life, especially trying to do something outside of their day job, should think about money. I need to treat it smart because this is the most diverse tool I can put in my portfolio. Maybe I can even work 10 extra hours a week, 1 week a month, just so I have more available. Because something Apo told me was, preparedness meets opportunity.
All right.
And I thought that was really insightful, because I was like, it's true. You'll see a lot of opportunities, but not a lot of people have been preparing for when that happens.
Right. Most definitely. I'm definitely one of those people that I'm never prepared.
I mean, you can YOLO it sometimes, but like it really does help. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even if some of the videos I put up don't get a lot of views, it's good for me to have that because there's going to be a time down this road when someone who is more powerful than I am with the ability to give me the opportunity to be a full-time producer, YouTuber, influencer is going to show up and they're going to like see something. I'm like, I wonder if this kid actually works. Like, is this just one video or does he have like a bunch that he puts out each year? He's going to see, okay, there's multiple videos, there's multiple things, you know, in the long run, whether you're making things that are or aren't getting listened to, you're still increasing your chances of being found and increasing your chances of making a good impression when that opportunity arises. That's why I think hard work and loving what you do is so rewarding in the long run compared to thinking about things short term.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Well, like, what are your goals for 2020? Like, what are your like small and big goals, or like steps towards those that you think you got planned?
Well, let's see. I'm definitely trying to work on more music. Like,
Nice.
that's definitely something I'm trying to do this year. I'm trying to DJ more as well.
Nice.
I've been thinking about doing a regular, maybe monthly online DJ set. So
That would be
maybe
cool.
we can do something back to back, you know, or I can.
Yeah,
I know
dude.
we've been talking about that for a minute.
Yeah, seriously. I need to make it so my schedule lines up with yours, because my schedule is like the opposite of yours,
Yeah.
I think, right now.
Yeah,
But I think,
we can do that. We'll figure it out.
yeah, well, like I said, the more I keep grinding, the more real that it's going to happen one day where I don't have to be home to work. Like, I can actually spend a night out and be down there. Yo, you know that neck thing that I have?
Don't remember.
Why I don't smoke anymore,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
why? Yeah. So, the doctors, now that I have health insurance through healthcare.gov, blah blah blah, they actually like listen to me, and they've been doing like CAT scans and stuff, and they were like, so we think, like I just explained everything, and I was like, what do you think it is? He was like, I think, and I was like, fractured midline hyoid, and he was like, what? And yeah, and I was like, so I do probably have a fractured bone in my neck. And he was like, yeah, we're pretty sure that's what it is. And I was like, wow, it's great what health insurance does. They'll actually take the time and look. But if I get this fixed, I mean, if that's the case, it's only a surgery to hopefully fix it and with no complications. And if that's the case, like, I'll be able to like be awake longer. I'll be able to push myself more because I won't be in 24/7 hours of constant pain.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be a way more versatile human being. But I'm still thankful for what I have learned from this, because I don't know, like at this point, like I'm so used to it. I feel like there's nothing anyone could do to make me like stop doing what I love. But now, if this is solved, I'm just going to be like the happiest man on earth. I don't think I could ever be happier if this gets fixed.
Well, I'm definitely happy for you, man. Just keep me updated
dude.
on that.
I will. Dude, seriously, I could like stay up like 3 days straight if I don't have to worry about this. The only reason I sleep is to make it feel better because I need it. But I mean, honestly, that'll be like such a huge thing, because that hurt me a lot when it first happened. It was such a struggle to deal with. But I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people who struggle with things, there's so much apathy that it doesn't matter if there's stuff worth it down in the long run. But I gotta say to anyone, because a lot of people on my channel struggle with some mental illnesses too, and I tell them, like, guys, trust me that like if you find something you love and you keep going, one day you'll find that reward. But it's gonna take a little hard work, but I promise you it's worth it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know me. I've definitely been there, and
Yep.
I'm definitely in a lot better place now. But
Yeah, dude, I'm glad.
You gotta push through it. That's the only
Yeah.
thing you can do.
Yeah, dude, and you gotta run, and that way. That's why you keep quality friends around too. Looping back to that is because you ride with your goons when it's on high, and your goons are there riding with you when it's on low.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
But also, you have to understand that sometimes some friends can't be there. Like, you need them because they have other stuff that you may or may not know about going on in the background. And
That's
I see
true.
a lot of friendships be torn down because of that. Excuse me.
Ooh, well, then you're being selfish with your friends, and you don't want to do that.
Exactly. Like, the real friends will really be there when you need them.
Yeah.
But you can't expect them to be there all the time.
Yeah, you're just gonna wear them down. That's true. Especially if you're a person who demands like constant need to be okay. I have a friend like that who will remain unnamed, and he is just constantly demanding attention to self-reassure himself. And I just want to be like, bro, you got to be assured in your own right, not through other people, man. You'll solve a lot of problems that way.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to get yourself out of that, though. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But,
it's complicated too, because sometimes it really is like a chemical imbalance. You know, like now that like we have the ability to study things like this, some people are just wired in different ways, and like
most
you know,
definitely.
it's not always just a rut. Sometimes it's just like their body doesn't create enough serotonin or dopamine, or there's a wiring thing, and it's such a complicated issue, especially for those who haven't like looked into it at all or dealt with it. It can be overwhelming for. Actually, of course, it's overwhelming. It's like a brick wall in your face, and others around you are seeing you run into it over and over.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, it's definitely a hard situation.
Well, it sounds like you've got some like. So you said you're planning on making more music, working. Me, same. I'm just gonna be teaching 6 mornings a week. That's what I do, and then I spend just the rest of my day after video editing, music editing, or writing scripts, things like that. Luckily, I'm blessed enough to love both parts of my job, and blessed enough to be able to make a little bit of revenue off of it too, to help support me.
All right, I definitely am pretty much there right now. I okay and kind of happy with my job, and I'm like able to start like actually concentrating more on the stuff that really matters to me. So that's why I've been wanting to get back into music. I'm actually also trying to, of course, with my full-time geek stuff, trying to get that going. I might make that official this year and get an LLC for it. Let's see. I have some couple of games I want to try to make this year as well. Some board games and some video games. Yeah.
Dude, what kind of games?
I don't know if I want to like talk about it yet.
I gotcha. Like are on like phones or online or?
Let's see. I have a couple of board game, card games kind of thing.
Cool.
And then I have about 2 platformers that I want to make.
Bro, that'll be cool, dude. What kind of coding software do you like to use, or game making software?
I've tried a little bit of all of them, but I'm thinking I'm gonna just stick with Unreal Engine.
Nice, solid choice, and gonna be supported forever.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like one of the things that, like, for the longest time, even with, like, music software and stuff like that, I always had trouble on, like, deciding what I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn it all because I heard good things about everything.
I know, right?
And that's, like, one of the biggest problems when you're trying to take on something that you're trying to learn, especially with music, like... There's so much software, free stuff out there. Even trial versions of software that can, like, even if you can't save or export the music, you can still learn just about everything on that software. And,
seriously.
And that's still okay. Like, that's...
Yeah, FL Studio's that way. Their demo literally is just, like, the full version, but you can't... I think you can export, but you can't save a project. And then some of them are the opposite, where you can save a project, but you can't export.
Yeah, for Ableton, you can't export or save the project, but you can use
Yeah, but you can still learn.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, like, you know, some things are better for the things than others. And honestly, like, mastering software like that takes a long time, too. So you're like... should I learn the basics of everything and then maybe direct a team, or just use things for different purposes, or should I master one? I mean, honestly, there's not enough time in the day.
Yeah, most definitely. So,
no matter how you look at it.
So the best thing you can do for yourself is decide what you want to use. There's multiple things out there that do the exact same thing, can give you the... Well, I can't guarantee the same output, but you can still get your idea out there.
Yeah. Well, also part of like figuring that stuff out is finding what tools work for you. You know, some people choose to fight with knives, some people choose to fight with guns, some fight with fists. You know, some make music with FL Studio, some make music with Ableton. It's about finding a tool that works for you too and your workflow.
Exactly. So, like, pick something. That's the most important thing to do when you start.
Yeah. Find what you like and, like, hey, I can do this. And also, it's great that it's like, why can't everything be one? But the competition's great because all these DAWs are going to keep getting better for us, too.
Right. Most
Dude,
definitely.
It's crazy. It's what FL Studio was programmed by a game designer.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. The person who hired the person that made or funded FL Studio paid a game designer to make it because originally it was supposed to be a sequencer that was designed with video game makers in mind so they could make their own music since they weren't music producers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of cool how that started. I think that's a really interesting story. You know, a lot of people harp on it, and honestly, I don't think it's worth harping on any, like, DAW. Like, because, you know, some of Drake's and, like, I don't know. I know that one of the people that work with Kendrick Lamar loves using FL Studio. Drake has a guy that does it. It's not that FL Studio is the best or not, but people harp on everyone else's choice of tools too early, I think. Because I think there's a lot to learn in each one, like you said.
Like, honestly, you can do amazing things if, like, everyone has a smartphone, get, like, a recording app, and then chop that shit up in Audacity. That's all you really need, and all that stuff is free.
Is your internet cutting out? I can't hear you.
Is it? Oh, shit.
No, I'm good. You're good now. You're good now. So you said Audacity?
Yeah, I was saying, like, if you really want to go at the cheap at it, like, get a recording app on your phone and then record different things to sample for your beats and then chop it up on Audacity, and that's free right there. And you don't have to, like, if you're really creative with it, you don't need all this expensive stuff. Like, that's why you have, like, beatboxers. That's how people used to do it back in the day with, like, hip-hop and stuff.
That you brought that up. Exactly, yeah. You don't need to have everything to make something or learn how to make things that are amazing.
Like, there's amazing things out there with just, like, 3 tracks.
Yeah. And, like, if you know how to use your tools, that's all you need. Like, it just, it really comes down to just, like, learning your stuff. Like, expensive stuff might make something easier, not easier, or it might just be like a flex move. Who knows? If you want to invest in it, you'll find out. But it's definitely not necessary in any way to create things, especially good things. That comes down to, are you a good creator, or are you willing to learn how to be a good creator?
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, you end up spending a lot and then realizing this. Like, I've done that.
I've done that too, man. You're like, dude, I need this thing. It's going to be the best. I remember when the machine first came out, I was like, dude, if I have this, I can make anything. And then I didn't even, like, learn anything with it. I was like, bro, I don't know anything. I'm not going to learn. I'm lazy. And then it just never happened. I was like, well, definitely doesn't happen simply by having something.
Exactly.
I think that can be one of the easiest way to that some of us can get fooled sometimes. It's like everyone wants to make something and have a dream, and if someone sells you a way to make it easier, I think it's like a super attractive prospect. But the problem is, I mean, like, yeah, it might make things easier, but you still got to do some learning out there. That's why I say it's all about who you are, not the tools you use.
Yeah, everyone wants to buy cheat codes, but you can't cheat creativity.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like, if you have enough money, maybe you can hire someone to be your bandmate, but, like, like
or
you
you're a
can't
ghost
just
producer,
cheat.
you're a
Yeah.
ghost writer.
Yeah, if you have a lot of money, you can do that, and that's great. Like I said, that's using your resource, but it's definitely not. There definitely ain't no cheats, and that's true. Everyone wants to cheat it, but it's not that. But you know what's great is because you can't cheat. That means the more you put into something that is difficult, the more you'll stand out. I like the fact that being talented in something, well, talented is like that. Being proficient in something takes a lot of work because I can be rewarded for putting my hard work in. And I encourage other people like that too. They're like, oh, but it'll take so long to learn. And I'm like, that's good because that's how many more people won't know how to do this and how much reward you'll be able to reap because you've chased something you wanted to.
Yeah.
If everyone could be special, nothing would be special. And that's okay. Everyone has it inside of them. But the fact that hard work doesn't pay off like monetarily, but pays off proficiently, it inspires me to constantly keep learning and studying too. Like, if some Joe could just go do it in 2 seconds, I would definitely be disappointed with how long it took me to learn.
Yeah, most definitely. But also, you don't have to worry, like, you don't have to be the best in the world. You can be the best in your region, and that could be good enough to live the life that you want to live.
Make something that's important to you, that you love, because there's someone else out there who's going to love it. And I think that's, like, if you made a song that's a message to you or an image or, you know, you did a video, it's also, if your heart was in it, then someone else's heart is going to resonate with it as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
There's always an audience for someone.
Yes, and there's always people looking for that too. Like, that's why that like cloud rap kind of came up a while ago. You didn't need to be an amazing producer or understand mixing. It was more about like the boy or the girl and how they looked and what they were talking about that resonated with the people that enjoyed that genre and brought it to what it is today.
Right.
Yeah, like SoundCloud rap. And to be honest, the only time you ever need to be the best at anything is if it's going to be on public radio. Like, or you're making cinematic movie trailers. Like, and even then, the people who do those things aren't just one person. It's like a team of people that are specialized.
Yeah, and they're doing it for something else. When you're doing your own stuff, like, don't worry about it. Make it what you want it to make it be, and just let it be that.
Yeah, and if you want to be rich, go, like, be a doctor, because that's definitely, like, almost a guaranteed payoff for your hard work. Like, being an artist or a creator your hard work doesn't always pay off by being rich. The real reward is the creations that you make and the people that enjoy them or the people's lives you influence. But if you're just trying to be rich, go be a surgeon, because you'll put in the same amount of work and actually make the money.
Yeah, or like just any technical skills, just become specialized in it and you'll eventually make enough to live off of. Like, there was a study, I don't remember where it's from, but the general consensus is that if everyone made about 75 grand, that'd be all they really need to be happy. That'd be enough to pay the bills, to have a home.
That's more than enough for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, and be able to like go on vacations and like splurge a little bit, but that's like the average a person needs to like actually be happy and do like the full spectrum of things. Not to say that you can't find happiness with less, like that's definitely a thing too. People do it all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely not making that much, but
me either.
You know, you like we've been saying, you just have to push through it and, you know, find your small moments of happiness, cherish them, and when things are rough, then you have those moments of happiness to reflect on to make you push forward.
Yeah, and sometimes life hops in the way. I mean, like, sometimes you have a kid, like, but you know what? I feel like if you've gone and done that, there's like a reward in that too. Like life can like definitely sidetrack you from things, whether it's a form of responsibility or a relationship or, you know, friendships. I mean, like drugs, alcohol. I mean, it just, like I said, we talk about healthy balance, right?
Right.
Yeah. The only thing I think that's hard to healthy balance if you weren't prepared for is maybe if you have a kid. Because at that point, you're like responsible for someone else's life, whether you're prepared for that or not.
Yeah, that's definitely a rough one, but that's can be an enriching one too, because you can, you know, transfer your love for your passions to your child, or
like raising a Pokemon. Dude, my kid's gonna be the best one. I'm gonna like feed it this every day. Nah, I think the kid would hate that. get this Pokemon to level 99. Honey, it's a kid. What? Are you sure?
We do not advise you guys to put your kids in Pokeballs. Like that, they probably won't fit.
Yeah, that's the first problem. Yeah,
and that's not no bueno.
Don't make them battle other kids.
Yeah, that too. That's not good.
You might be in trouble if you start a battle ring. It reminds me of that South Park episode where they had the I don't even remember. Was it like babies battling each other or like?
I don't think I've seen that episode.
It was just so funny, man. I was just, oh my gosh, I love South Park. Oh man. So in general, 2020, what do you think about this year for people? I know some people, like I personally, I liked 2019. I thought it was great. I mean, like I'm never one of those people that was like, man, this year sucked. The next year's going to be great. I'm always just like, things are great. Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. Like, what did you think about all those people or all those events in 2019? How are things going to be different, or is it really just another year?
I can't talk about other people. I can only talk about me.
That's true.
Last year, I guess was all right. There was a lot of enriching moments. Still been rough. Like, still recovering from, you know, the same situation we just discussed earlier. Like that was a long ass time ago, but I'm still kind of recovering from that.
Yeah. Do you have any like hopes that you're really, not even like goals, but just like, is there something that you really think could happen or something really positive that you just, I don't know, like that 2020 could bring?
Last year I was really like paying attention to politics, and that was bringing me down, and social media was really awful. Like it really was. That was bringing me down too. So this year I've taken a different approach to things. It's not that I don't care about what's going on. I still try to like be informed, but I'll take like a day to do that instead of doing it
instead of waking up and it being the first thing you put in your brain.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I'm just like concentrating. Like I've always wanted to travel, so I'm traveling more. Like this year, I started my year off awesome, broke but awesome.
That's okay.
I went to MagFest up in Maryland. That was amazing.
Cool.
That's a music and gaming festival.
Dude, music and gaming?
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. They have like arcade area, console area, indie game area.
Dude, that sounds sick.
And the events are 24/7, so
24/7? That's even better.
Yeah, even though it's, you know,
people
I
fall
use that
asleep
term
at night.
loosely because it's only a 4-day event. So 24/4.
Oh, that's true. Still, that sounds cool. I mean, I've seen things for MagFest, but I just never knew what it was, really. I never looked. But that sounds... Where was it?
Up in Maryland.
Maryland. Oh, okay. That's where Otakon is, too.
It's at the Gaylord Resort.
Dude, I have a hoodie that says Gaylord. Because of a town, not because of the... But that's awesome, dude. Is it big?
Yeah, dude, it's like, it's really dope. You definitely need to come because they have like a jam room. People set up in the hallways and with like their DJ setups and whatnot. And it's really cool moments. Like, it's definitely for more for adults than it is for kids. Like,
did you go by yourself or did you go with some buddies?
I went with my full-time Geeks crew and affiliates.
Oh, cool.
Actually went there to support my friend Michael from Potions and Pixels. He
went
also has a game out, Laser Girl, with an indie studio.
Cool.
And we were promoting that up in at MagFest. We actually had a booth, and I DJ'd at the booth for his game.
Whoa, that's awesome.
The game is called Laser Girl, and I'll put a link down.
Yeah.
There's a free online web version, and then there's I believe there's a Steam version for PC, but it's definitely pretty cool. It's kind of like an RTS Bomberman type indie game.
That sounds cool. And that's the kind of events, too, that, doing those kind of things, that's super productive. Not only can you enjoy yourself, but you're also, pushing your goals or building on things, too, by doing that.
Yeah, you have
that
to...
That sounds like a rewarding place or a rewarding event
definitely.
that you went to.
Like I said, we have a little collective. It wasn't just me. We had another dude from Set Play, Alonzo. He was there to help out with the event, and one of our other friends, Angel, he was there. And we have this little collective here in Charlotte where we're just trying to push each other to be our best, push each other to continue working on our dreams and our goals. And
that's awesome. Well, that's kind of what Full Time Geeks was about anyways, was helping people network and do that.
Exactly. It's definitely more for the creators than the consumers. And I'm not out here to be recognized publicly, but I would I definitely want the respect and want to help creators, because those are the ones that make shit happen and shift the culture and stuff like that. They're the ones that
make the influence. Yeah. Speaking of games, what game I'm excited this year for? Animal Crossing, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and the Final Fantasy remake. What are you excited for?
I'm excited for the Final Fantasy remake. I just saw the recent trailer that came out the other day.
Oh.
Dude, I just about cried.
Dude, oh my gosh, man.
All the emotions
so
came
good.
rushing back. And
I've never finished Final Fantasy VII, did you?
No. Because either my memory card gets corrupted or lost. Or one of the discs breaks or gets scratched. So
now it's gonna be the time that we can finish it.
Exactly.
Bro, I'm I was getting emotional. I've played it a little, but I never got past the first disc because I played it last year, but then I was the remake's coming out so quickly, I'm just gonna wait. And it's it's March, right? Or April?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited, man. That's going to be a really good one to play.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about that.
Yeah.
And it's just been recently where I've been playing games again. I've been more concentrating on creating and learning. And
good.
I've always been, well, not exactly, because every time I even have time to play a game, I always feel guilty because I'm damn, I should be doing this and being more productive. But now I'm trying to give myself more time to enjoy stuff, and that's another way to get inspiration. You have to give yourself breaks here in between.
Well, for me, I'm the same way. If I wake up and start with a game, I usually I'm ugh, but at the end of the day, if I got through my job and then put at least an hour into my dream or creative process or whatever goal I had, then I feel okay to play a game while I'm getting relaxing and going to bed. But I definitely that's okay. To reward yourself for hard work and give your brain a break is great. You don't want to kill yourself, but I don't know. I can't just, if I will feel bad too. I'll be man, this time I'm putting in, I could be making a video. But I got to remind myself to take it easy sometimes.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because you'll know from even some of the most successful creators are just they're people ask them all the time, what's the biggest thing that you've struggled with? And they always say either mental health or taking care of themselves. I mean, I'm sure when you start to make money, on your projects and stuff, it gets addicting. You're gonna want to keep doing more and more, but you're gonna kill yourself, tire yourself out doing that.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, I deal with some mental health stuff and health stuff too, and that's something that you have to figure yourself out. Everyone's different. Everyone has different perspectives and different ways that they react to things. So,
and it definitely is on you to figure it out, because only you know how you're feeling real deep down there too.
Right, but don't be afraid to ask a friend to just be a soundboard. They might not have advice or even
the
good advice
qualifications to give advice, but they can at least listen.
Exactly, because sometimes maybe that's all you really need is someone to vent to.
Yeah, seriously. That's like I mean, that's what we are. We're humans. I mean, we're definitely, one thing that makes us human is our need for social interaction, because without that and without art, and sleep, we'd pretty much just be like functioning machines, only made to make money, production, and make like the powers above us better. But the fact that we need art, need social interaction, makes us really unique.
Exactly.
And I think that's a good thing. And you're right, yeah, sometimes it really is just talking. I mean, like, I definitely don't have the qualifications to give people any life advice, but I will listen, and I'll always encourage going to seek professional help if things are very bad, because there's options available. You don't always need that, but there are those tools. And I think, taking care of yourself, no matter what stage of life you are in, is always going to be an important thing.
Yeah, most definitely.
Doesn't matter how rich you are. Doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter who you're dating, who you're with, what you're doing. You have to make sure you take care of yourself, because you're the only person you can trust to do that.
Exactly.
And you're the only person who should take care of yourself. You can't put that on other people if you have the ability to take care of yourself. You know, you don't want to be hurting others. Sometimes you rely on each other, but you don't want to be draining others. It's just, I don't think most people want to be that type of character.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I could definitely see how I, like, in the past was, but, like, I've definitely, and it's not bad if you're in that stage, it's fine, but don't make it, like, don't be complacent in it.
Yeah, exactly. Try to move beyond that.
Be the best person you can be, because that's, like, the best gift you can give to the world. There really, some people say, like, there's only one you, but really there's more to that. There is only one you. So you should try and be the best you can be. See what you can offer, not even into the world, just for yourself at least. But you know how much, like, positivity and how much, like, inspiration you might inspire other people to be if you did that for yourself.
Right. And especially, like, when we're talking about hobbies, like, that's one way to do it. Find someone that shares the exact same hobby with you.
Yeah.
And that could be, like, that release, that social interaction that you really needed is just, and you can teach them and they can teach you, and you can progress in your hobbies or dreams. Like, that's kind of one of those things you have to do. You have to network and meet people out there, because that really helps you to figure things out. You can't, like, cut yourself out of the world.
Yeah, that's why I started making music a long time ago, or even, like, I don't even call it music, just learning sound things, because I was like, man, I kind of like being able to put the thoughts in my head onto a thing, or even if it's not thoughts, the notes of how I feel into something. Some people do it with painting. My outlet just happens to be an audio outlet, but that's what got me onto it. And, like, I think that I've enjoyed it ever since. It's something that's been there for me, whether I'm happy or whether I'm sad. Music and creating music is always going to be something that I can do and, you know, get better myself out of, you know.
Yeah, most
like,
definitely.
Make a sad song because I feel weird, or learn something new, or make a happy song. I mean, like, it doesn't matter what's going on, because I'm taking care of myself, outletting, all these different things. And I think when you find something like that, you can really chase it down too. And
right.
That's why I encourage a lot of people to, like, try and find, like you said, a hobby that they might like doing, whether it's coding or I know video gaming is a hobby, maybe get into video game making. Like, I think having the ability to create something rewards us deep down more than we think.
All right.
Because just like how we create like children, we're driven to do that. I mean, why would it end there? I'm sure our
creations are children. Like,
exactly.
That's how we treat them.
Yeah, and it's important that you do that. I think there's some type of reward deep down in there, and it lets you be you no matter what.
Exactly.
In a time where everything is so politically correct and people are so afraid to say things, at least you can make art.
Yeah.
Not that being politically correct is bad. I'm just saying you can say when in a time where people are afraid to express themselves, whether through judgment or appearing weak or
it's not as bad as it seems. It's
exactly.
A lot of it, like I said before, is like the media blowing stuff up in your face kind of thing. Like,
media. I love it.
You need to, slow down, not have it be a major part of you. Like, maybe just take one day a week to like catch up on what's going on.
I honestly won't even check my Facebook homepage anymore. Not because like I do or don't want to, but I only use Facebook. I sit on my profile and just use it to talk to my buddies like you and stuff. I think there's like 0% of me that actually wants to go look at the homepage because, first of all, I don't care about a lot of what's on there. Second of all, most of it's just gonna make me be like, oh my god, what, like face palm. It's like if I can go learn something important. I'd rather keep informed through like a YouTube video, some guy that, not that I like YouTube, but there's always some personality out there that you'll vibe with. It's better than just getting a collective of mostly negative things from Facebook.
Yeah, most definitely.
Like I like Instagram. Like, I think Instagram's a little bit easier to be on and enjoy in that way. But you're right that, like, social media, especially if it's ingrained with who you are, can be very draining. Especially at the start of the day. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I only do it mostly for promotion and marketing purposes for full-time geeks. And sometimes social media is very important for that, but...
It definitely is.
I definitely don't try to use it socially.
No. For me, it's a business tool too, and like I communicate with my friends. I don't even give my chance to go look at something that I'm just gonna eat. Even if I'm not gonna respond to them, I just don't want to be thinking in my head like, oh my god, this person's an idiot. That's a horrible way to start your day or start your time. And I feel like when I'm in social media, I'm most of the time thinking this person's an idiot, not, oh, I agree with anything or this was great. Like, I cannot remember the last time that there was more good than bad that I got from going on like a Facebook homepage and scrolling down.
Yeah, I mostly spend a lot of my time now like looking up tutorials.
Yeah.
Looking at documentaries.
Documentaries are lit, bro. I love documentaries right now.
But, let me continue on my list of things for 2020.
Yeah.
So after MagFest, I worked like a week of overtime. And then the weekend after that, I went down to Tampa for my boy's birthday party that I told you that I DJ'd at. Yeah. That one was really fun. Then came back, did another like week of overtime. Sometimes you have to, put those hours in order to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But at the end of March, is it March? Yeah. I'm going to be going to PAX East.
PAX East? Nice. Is that up in Boston?
Yeah. I've never gone. Yeah. I got a buddy who invited me. He had some extra passes, so I'll be like paying him back in installments and stuff. But I'm excited about that.
Dude, that's going to be awesome.
Then let's see what else is going on. Then there's gonna be playthrough up in Raleigh. I think my friend that does Laser Girl is gonna have a booth up there for that.
Is it like a gaming thing?
Yeah, it's a gaming convention up in Raleigh.
Oh, cool.
Then let's see. After that, there's the same friend that I went to go DJ with. We have booked an Afrocentric music event
Whoa.
down in Atlanta, April 18th.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
Still getting the details, but I'll let you know when that happens. There's no links or anything. This is like low-key information no one else knows.
Nice.
Let's see. And also, I'll be going up to Raleigh for ECGC, which is the East Coast Game Conference.
Whoa, that sounds huge. The name sounds huge, which makes me think it's huge.
It's not as big as it should be, honestly.
Is it just because of location?
Yeah. Like, the biggest factor is that there are a lot of, like, big gaming studios up in Raleigh, and they usually sponsor the event.
Yeah, isn't Epic Games based in Raleigh?
Yep. Epic is based in Raleigh. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
I remember meeting one of the people who made Gears of War up there because he was dressed in the outfit from his company. And I was like, bro, your outfit's lit. He was like, yeah, the company. I was like, you work for Epic? He was like, yeah. And I was like, bro. I didn't know they were in Raleigh. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
There's a lot of cool studios up in Raleigh.
Yeah. I hope that the scene in general for like creative endeavors in Charlotte and Raleigh. I mean, I hope they grow everywhere. I hope everywhere has a scene for that where people can reach. But I'm glad it's growing around here, and I hope it continues in a lot of other places.
Oh, I think, most definitely.
I think it's really
that's
cool.
What I'm working for, as far as through Full-Time Geeks, doing that for the local area. And who knows, maybe I'll do the same thing in another state. But right now, I'm mostly concentrating on North Carolina and maybe South Carolina. Well, the edges of South Carolina, but we'll see.
It is our backyard. It's easier to work in your backyard than it is across the ocean.
But yeah, we'll see. It's a work in progress, and it's a lot of work. So
awesome, man. Well, dang, that sounds cool. I'm excited myself. 2020. I'm only really gonna go to like anime conventions, but I'm just gonna keep putting in this work on the YouTube channel and the music, and hope that I'm hoping that like in 3 years from now, if I keep working hard, I'll be able to support myself off of it. So then I don't have to work less, but just so I can fully focus work on that, the whole thing. That's the goal, is like being able. It's not to like be lazy. It's I want to do this full time because I love what I'm doing, and I think that's like kind of what both of our goals are. Like, do if you love what you do for work, I feel like you could probably be the happiest man in the world for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're a full-time geek.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Hey, that's exactly right. Well, snap, dude. We just we're hitting that hour mark. I want to know, is there anything that you wanted to like promote or talk about before we kind of close up the session? Any thoughts?
Everyone, keep your head up. Do your thing. Network. You as long as you push through things, you'll get things out of it.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, shout out to like the people I work with for Full-Time Geeks. We have Potions of Pixel, Michael, doing great things in the community. We have Alonzo with Set Play. We have Sterling and Kenny and a whole bunch of people with Koyobi. Let's see, we have Emmy doing the Athena Alliance with Eve.
Yeah.
XR VR, another good group doing things out there. There's just so many awesome people out there. Like, again, check out the Full-Time Geek site and the Full-Time Geeks Facebook stuff. That's what will be most up to date at the moment.
Awesome.
But that'll give you more insight on what they're doing too. So check it out.
Bro,
and
I want to.
Hopefully, we need to get some stuff going. We have that remix we need to finish.
Yes.
Let's see. We need to record some shit in general. So and I have some people that I want to, you to meet.
Awesome. Well, after we close up this recording, we'll talk a little. I'll close up let's close up the podcast, and then we'll talk a little more.
All right.
So guys, thank you so much for checking it out. Again, go check out FTG. The links are going to be in the description, especially if you're ever in the Charlotte or Raleigh area. It sounds like you'll be able to find some cool shit. Xavier, again, I want to say thank you for coming on and helping me out.
Yeah, thank you, man. Like, I really appreciate you.
We'll have to do this again, especially. Like, I really appreciate you helping me, like, make this content.
Yeah, no problem, man. Like, I appreciate you having me on here. Like, I think right now you're doing amazing things, more than a lot of the people a lot of the other people around me currently. Well, not currently. Like, there's some questionable people out there, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm just lucky. I don't have I'm not in a relationship or have a child, and I'm by myself. I just happen to be in a very prime position of my life to put a lot of work into something I want to. So I'm very thankful and blessed for that.
Yep.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and, just leave some comments and feedback below. You never know who we're going to have on next. It could be one of you guys as well. So take it easy, guys.